Hey harmonizers, welcome to this Mustang video. I'm going to show you guys some pretty interesting things. I'm going to show you some things I've noticed about her body and also a really weird thing that she was doing that none of my other Mustangs have ever done and how I helped her with that. So first up, I just wanted to show you a little bit of her body, kind of her before condition. And she actually looks really good in terms of weight. And it is killing me a little bit that I cannot groom her because look at all this caked on mud that I can't just groom her yet. And she's got a few dreadlocks in her mane, some tangles there that I really would love to get out. But we're going to have to take this slow and easy. I've decided to work with her mostly off of just body language, using passive leadership, understanding myself, my horse, and the language that connects us, understanding my body positioning, all of those little pieces. And there's several reasons for that. One is that I've got this Mustang a lot earlier in the year than I typically would, because normally we don't get our horses, like they're not available to get until May or even June. And we have grass that we can use as rewards. And as you can see, or kind of see based on where she's standing, is she has full access to a nice big round bale. This is actually a really cool moment where she decided to approach me and come closer, and interestingly enough, giving me her right side. And you can see, because she's got that big round bale of hay there, it's actually a really good quality alfalfa mix hay. So there's not really a lot I can use for incentive as a reward for her. So using typical positive reinforcement like I usually would, as I've done with my Mustangs the past few years, I wouldn't be able to give her grass as a reward, or even, nice alfalfa hay. I'd have to find some really amazing hay. So I thought, you know what, I'm not on a timeline here. This is more about a healing journey for me, because it's my first Mustang since my accident last September. And I want to take things slowly and just focusing on our partnership here. So instead, I'm just choosing to work off of body energy, body position, all of those pieces. And this is the really weird trait she was doing that I have not seen any of my other Mustangs do. It's not something that I've gone across. And she has dug this huge hole. And you can see I've got a little bowl of grain there that I put down for her. It's pretty normal that Mustangs don't even try to eat the grain because they're just not used to what that is. And horses don't throw up. So if something bothers their tummy, it can be a really big issue for them, and it can mean colic. So for her, not eating the grain, pretty normal. And I thought this behavior is really weird. So I pulled out my camera to film it, and you can see she's kind of, nosing the rocks a little bit. And she's actually dug a pretty deep hole in our sand gravel area here. And I wasn't entirely sure what she's doing, because now she's starting to do a whole bunch of releases. You can see her doing a bunch of yawning. Sometimes horses do some interesting things before they do these big releases. It could be that they rub their nose on their leg. It could be that they paw a little bit. There's a bunch of things that horses do. Sometimes they blink, like you can see she's blinking a fair bit too, all before they release. So I thought, I don't know, is this my horse just her way of trying to tap into her parasympathetic nervous system and releasing and relaxing herself? So I thought I'm going to have to observe her a little bit more to understand what this intense pawing is about, because I know she's drinking water out of our automatic water. So I know that's not an issue, because some wild horses do actually have to dig a hole to get to water. So that could be another reason. There's lots of different things that could be going on. You can see she's doing a lot of that intense blinking again. So that can be kind of a precursor to doing another big release. And then super interesting that she comes closer with her right side, her right shoulder. So to me, that looks like she's presenting that right shoulder as a place that she feels most comfortable with me at, which is interesting because sometimes people think you always have to do everything from the left side. And in her case, she's basically saying, no, like my right side is my comfortable side. So she starts doing that pawing a little bit more into the dirt. And I'm thinking about all of the different things that could be going on. With horses, there are so many different things to understand with training, with their care, all of these little pieces. So she started doing more of that pawing, and I offer her a little bowl that has grain, which would have some vitamins and minerals in it. So if she's craving something with vitamins and minerals, it could be in the bowl of grain, and maybe that's something that she'd be enticed to try. And what's interesting is she does come over and try licking the grain, and she tries, little bits in her mouth, which is interesting because a lot of Mustangs, you offer the little bowl of grain and they don't even come over and touch it, but she's definitely sniffing it, kind of, takes the tiniest little piece. She's not eating it per se. You can see there she took like a tiny little piece and she's kind of spat it out, and she's going in to kind of double check it. Like, is this sketchy? What is this that you've put in this bowl? You can see that's her automatic water that's right there as well. So it's got a nice big bowl of water that's always there. So overall, she definitely experimented with the grain, but she kind of scared herself when the bowl moved, but she didn't end up eating the grain. And then here she's interesting because she kind of goes over and checks out that little bowl as well and kind of goes away from it a little bit. And you can see I'm standing nearby because I'm just, checking out how she's doing with her little bowl, just kind of spending some time. And then what's interesting with her is I can walk all the way around her and she's not running away. She'll move. Like here you can see she's moving and kind of changing sides and changing directions a little bit, but she's not bolting or running away. And some horses, when they go from right to left, like when you're on right side, left side, it can be so overwhelming for them that they do run away, or it is really scary. So the fact that I'm able to just walk kind of behind her there and switch sides, to me is very encouraging for how much relaxation she's developing in my presence. And I'm going to be putting together some longer videos that show a little bit more of how I'm doing my position changes, go into more depth about why I'm changing positions or what it is that I'm looking for, all of those little pieces with our Mustang taming. And those videos I add to our Connection Club. So you can check that out at harmonyhorsemanship.com and visit our Connection Club and see Mustang videos, not just these videos, but also ones that I've uploaded from our past Mustangs as well. And so here you can see this is more licking of the gravel, and she's actually like licking and eating the sand. And you can see she's dug that hole pretty deep. Like she is ankle deep. Well, technically that's pasterns, but you know what I mean. She's ankle deep in there, dug a big hole. So I dug a big hole. So I bring out another bowl for her. You can see a chicken is helping out with the process, thinking, are you bringing out snacks that I can have too? And so I've got her little bowl of grain, but what I'm adding here is a loose free choice mineral that I'll show you guys afterwards what it actually looks like. And it's got a little bit of salt in it, but it's got a bunch of minerals in it, and it's loose. It's kind of like eating sand for them, but in a healthier way, where they can get minerals that they're lacking or depriving, and then they can also get salt separately as well. So who knows, maybe because of her travel, maybe because of the holding facility, maybe because of the hay quality that she was eating, she feels very depleted. It could be from all the travel that she had, but in any event, when horses are feeling really depleted in some type of mineral or nutrient, they often will eat dirt or try to lick rocks, or even start to chew on wood more. So it could be that their body's missing something. So what's interesting here is she slowly gets brave enough to try this bucket because she does not like the grain bucket. You can see there's a chicken that's checking in on the whole process as well. And I'm just standing nearby observing. And she comes in and she actually starts licking the minerals. And she seems pretty happy with him. Like she does a lot of licking and she goes back for more licking of these loose minerals. And what's interesting here is she's kind of thinking about it. She turns her head to the side, kind of away from me as she's thinking about that. And then she goes in for more and is licking at them and taking even more. And she takes her little bit of time. She feels comfortable doing that. And here you can really see how big a hole she had dug, because you can see how high her butt is compared to her shoulders. And that's just because of the hole that she dug. So whatever nutrient or mineral that her body feels like it's craving, she's pretty desperate for it because she's trying to dig to reach for it. And so who knows, maybe where she came from, which is Pancake, Nevada, maybe she would dig to get to whatever was underground that she needed. Maybe it was salt. I don't think it was water because she has water that she has access to, and it's clean, fresh water, and it doesn't have anything, funny going on with it. And she seems really intrigued by this bowl with these free choice minerals. You can see she does lots of licking, and she keeps going back for more and more licking. So I think I figured it out, listening to her. And this is one of the interesting things about just spending time observing my new horse, is that I'm learning little bits about her, figuring out what she needs. And although I'm training her with no flags, no whips, no grass rewards or anything like that, I'm just using body language and just observing her. And here, when I'm giving her this bowl of minerals, it's not me trying to train her with it. It's trying to, give her what she needs to be doing well. And I think that went well. So after letting her explore that, you can see she walks away, and I'll show you guys now what those minerals look like. So you can see her grain is in the bowl on the right, and then the free choice minerals are on the left. And then she also has a salt lick, so I hung up a salt lick for her so she could have that, and she ends up enjoying those things. Interesting, though, that she keeps presenting her right side to me. So stay tuned for more Mustang updates, and let me know what you think of her journey so far, and I'll keep you guys posted.
Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.